Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this Cheetah print black and pink distress tumbler. It is one of my most requested tutorials, and all of the materials that I use will be linked down in the description box. If you have any questions, just ask them down in the comments section. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started. To start off, I'm going to prepare my transfer foil. This is the gold Cheetah print from Artistic Painting Studio. This is where I get all of my foil from, so if you ever see me using foil, it's going to be from them. And I'm just going to cut the strips in about 1 inch to 1.5 inches wide, and then once I get them cut, I will cut those strips in half. That just makes it easier for me to apply them on the cup, but you do not have to do that if you do not want to. Now I'm going to get a fully prepped stainless steel cup from Makerflo, and it is sanded and painted white. Then I'm going to use these soft brushes from Wet n Wild. I got them at the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use the adhesive, transfer foil adhesive from Artistic Painting Studio. I will also link that down in the description box too. And then I'm going to start brushing it on the cup. So I'm going to give you a few tips when you're doing this. If you're going to do like this brush stroke that I'm doing for like this tumbler, you don't have to let your adhesive wait overnight, but if you are going to apply foil on your whole cup, and I would apply your adhesive and then let it sit overnight and then apply your foil. But for this one, I'm just going to let it sit for a few hours and then I'm going to apply my foil. So I hope that makes sense. So you're just going to brush very lightly. Make sure you don't have any hard streaks, or it will affect your foil when you go to apply it. And then I do apply some adhesive onto the bottom and let it sit for a few hours. Now before I do my foil, I always like to heat it up just a little bit with my heat gun, not a whole lot, but it seems when I heat it up, it helps this foil apply better. So once it's heated, I'm going to get my pre-cut strips and I'm just going to lay it down as smooth as I can without creases. And sometimes that's hard. And then I'll smooth it out with my finger. And then I'm going to grab my squeegee that I got from the Vinyl Craze, but there's some from different other places too. And I am just going to press hard and rub it until it starts turning like a white color. And see how it's kind of getting milky looking at the top? That means my foil has adhered really good onto my cup. So I hope that makes sense, but that's just what I'm doing. And then once it's applied, I'm just going to remove that carrier right off and then go on to the next area. So you'll just keep applying it onto all of your glue sections, and then once that's done, we'll move on to the next step. I usually apply about 6 to 8 strips around the cup on a 20-ounce skinny, and then I will do the bottom 2 before I start painting. So once all of that is done, and your bottom's not going to be completely perfect, it's kind of hard to do down there because of the creases down there, just get it as best as you can. Now for the paint, I'm going to be using Ballet Slipper and Ink chalk paint from Walmart. You can use one from Hobby Lobby. They have them at Michael's or wherever you want to get your chalk paint. I just got these ones from Walmart. And then I'm going to use the same kind of paintbrush that I used applying the foil adhesive. I like those paintbrushes because they're soft. And then I am going to put the paint in these little tiny medicine cups. And you can use acrylic paint. I just choose to use chalk paint because it's thicker and more pigmented, and that's what I like to do. And then I'll just brush the paint on there. I'm going to start with my pink first, and I'm just going to lightly brush the paint in different sections. I'm going to try to make it as distressed as possible and just do some brush strokes on there. And you can like go over the leopard print. You can apply it however you want. This is just how I apply it. I do it in different sections. I'll put some on the bottom going up. I'll do some in the middle area. I'll even connect some of them. I'll go down the side of the cheetah print. Just whatever you choose to do. It doesn't have to be perfect because this cup is distressed look after all. Once you get done applying your pink everywhere that you want it to be throughout your cup and on the bottom, you're just going to let it sit to the side for about 10 to 15 minutes and let the paint fully dry before you start applying your black paint. That way it doesn't get mixed up and start smearing, and then it won't look as good. So that's just what I choose to do. And then don't worry about how much pink you add on there. You can always go back and add more pink later after you get the black done. With that black, you're going to do it just like you did the pink. You can overlap the black onto the pink, overlap it onto the leopard print, anything like that, however you want it to be. Apply it wherever. Make it look as distressed as you want. And then keep in mind, you don't want to cover up the white base completely. You want some white to show through, or that's how I liked mine. I wanted some of the white to show through. If you don't want your white to show through, you can cover it up completely. I just choose to let the white show through. I like that better. But however you want to do it how you want. Just keep in mind that you're also going to be adding the glitter onto the cup too. So you're still going to be adding a little bit more on there, so you don't want to cover up too much of the white. Once you get it down on the side, you're going to add it to the bottom and let your cup sit to the side for about 10 to 15 minutes before we go in and add more pink. Now you can go in and add some more pink. If you want to touch up any of the pink spots, you can do that. Add a little bit of pink onto the black to make it look like it's overlapping a little bit, layering it. But you can really just do whatever you want. And then once that's done, let it sit to the side for about 10 to 15 minutes and we'll go in and add the glitter. Okay, now we're going to go in with a needle bottle full of adhesive glue. I got my needle bottle from Farmhouse Fab Co. It's absolutely amazing. It doesn't hurt your hand squeezing it. And then the glitter is the Grand Ivory from Glitter Done, Texas. It is literally the prettiest glitter I have ever seen, okay? And I'm not even kidding. Now, if it is sold out, because it does sell out sometimes, you can get Drizzle from Diamonds and Dust. It's a tad shade darker, but it is very equivalent to the Grand Ivory, and it's just as beautiful, okay? So those are your two ones. I'll link them down in the description box. So just apply your adhesive in like your little strokes with your needle bottle. You want your strokes to be not completely touching because you don't want it to be globby. And you want to make your strokes as straight as possible. And then just apply your glitter onto it and just pat your glitter off as you go. Now this is a glitter that you're not going to want to waste. So try to make sure you collect as much as possible. I'm not kidding. It is like diamonds and you don't want to waste it. So just apply your glitter throughout your cup wherever you would like to apply it. You can have more glitter, less glitter, however you want it. I like to let mine kind of go around sometimes of the cheetah print or the pink or the brush stroke. I just like to do that, but you can do it however you want it to look. Just do it. It's going to turn out amazing either way. This is just how I do mine. And you're going to just apply it all over and to your bottom. And then once that is done, you're going to want to set your cup to the side and let it fully dry, usually about 20 to 30 minutes. You can tap it to make sure that your glue is dry before we move on to the next step. Now I'm just going to take a brush and lightly brush off all of the glitter. Make sure I collect every bit of the loose glitter because you do not want to waste it. I promise it's like diamonds. And you can use whatever brush you want. This is my glitter brush that I use to brush off all my glitter, excess glitter. So once that's done, you're going to get triple thick spray Rust-Oleum one. Use the Rust-Oleum triple thick spray, okay? If you use the clear gloss glaze, it sometimes makes your paint bleed. So make sure you use this one. Okay, it must. So I usually spray 2 coats, and then once that's dry, I'm going to apply a layer of epoxy. And then once that first layer is done, I'm going to check it and see if it's rough or if it's pretty covered. I do use a thicker fast set, so sometimes you don't need as much of epoxy as layer-wise. If you do need another layer before you sand it, do that. If not, you can sand it and then apply another coat of epoxy and it'll be done. So you're only going to need like 2 or 3 layers of epoxy before you are completely finished, and then you'll be able to add your decal. So that's it, you guys. That is the tutorial for this cup. Super easy, super gorgeous. So if you like my tutorial, please let me know down in the comments section. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. I appreciate it so much. You guys have no idea how much it means to me. Be on the lookout for some more tutorials. I am working on 4 of them right now, and I hope to have them up to you guys soon. And yeah, that's enough for me. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank you guys for watching me, and I cannot wait to catch up with you guys on the next video. Bye, y'all.